Howard Stern, known for his bold and often controversial style, has never been one to shy away from pushing boundaries. However, in his career, there's one particular point where he admits he was genuinely worried about being branded as something he truly didn't want to be, a scumbag. This concern arose during his involvement with a reality show that was unlike anything he had done before. The reality show in question. The show that sparked this anxiety was America's Got Talent. For years, Howard had been one of the most well-known personalities in radio, and by the time he joined the America's Got Talent judging panel in 2012, he was already a major figure in the entertainment industry. However, this new role came with its own set of challenges. Howard Stern's approach to his radio show had always been one of pushing limits, exploring topics that other hosts wouldn't dare touch, and delivering content that could be shocking, irreverent, and sometimes controversial. But when he took on the role of a judge on America's Got Talent, a family-friendly show known for showcasing aspiring talent, Stern worried that his no-holds-barred style could cause trouble. The conflict between Stern's persona and the show's image. In his time on America's Got Talent, Howard found himself in a dilemma. His fans loved him for his boldness, his ability to speak his mind without fear, and his habit of calling things as he saw them, no matter how harsh or uncomfortable it might seem. But America's Got Talent was a different environment. It was a platform that promoted talent in a more wholesome, feel-good way. The audience expected positivity, and the judges were generally expected to be supportive, even when delivering critiques. Howard, being Howard, wasn't always the most tactful with his feedback. While he gave constructive criticism, he also wasn't afraid to be blunt and sometimes brutally honest. This clash between his usual no-filter persona and the family-friendly nature of America's Got Talent led Howard to fear that viewers and critics would label him a scumbag. The fear of being perceived as mean-spirited. One of Howard's biggest worries was that he might come across as mean-spirited, especially since the show involved contestants who were often very young or just starting out in their careers. He worried that viewers might see his sharp critiques as unnecessary or cruel, especially in a show designed to showcase hopeful performers. As a result, he expressed concern that he would be criticized for being overly harsh or insensitive. Despite his fame for being direct and edgy, Howard didn't want to hurt anyone's career or confidence in a way that was uncalled for. He didn't want to come off as someone who was just tearing people down for the sake of it. His worst fear was that the public would view him as a bully, someone who was only interested in making others look bad for his own entertainment. This was the last thing Howard wanted, as he genuinely respected the talents of many of the contestants on America's Got Talent. Stern's self-awareness. What sets Howard Stern apart from many other celebrities is his self-awareness. He has always been acutely aware of how his public persona is perceived, and he understood the potential pitfalls of his role on America's Got Talent. He knew that the show had a reputation for being uplifting and inspiring, and he didn't want to be the negative force that people associated with it. In interviews, Stern has discussed how he had to adjust his approach to the show. He didn't want to soften his criticism entirely, but he also wanted to be mindful of the environment he was in. He made an effort to balance his brutally honest feedback with encouragement, showing contestants that even though they may not be ready for the big stage, they still had something to offer. This self-reflection was key in ensuring that Howard Stern didn't fall into the scumbag category he feared. The final verdict. In the end, Howard Stern was able to strike a balance between his signature no-holds-barred style and the positive, family-friendly tone of America's Got Talent. While there were moments of tension, both for Stern and the contestants, his time as a judge was largely successful. He was able to maintain his authenticity while also giving constructive feedback, and his fear of being labeled a scumbag never fully came to fruition. Howard's ability to adapt to a different kind of platform while still staying true to who he is speaks volumes about his versatility as an entertainer. His time on America's Got Talent may have been filled with moments of self-doubt, but in the end, he proved that it was possible to stay true to his persona while still being an asset to the show. Conclusion. Howard Stern's fear of being called a scumbag on America's Got Talent is a testament to the complexities of being a public figure. He was concerned about balancing his tough love with the need to maintain the show's family-friendly reputation. Ultimately, Stern's authenticity and self-awareness helped him navigate this tricky situation, and he remains one of the most iconic figures in entertainment today.